Well, hello guys. I'm Shawn from webpianoteacher.com. How you doing? Today we're doing, I covered up the title. We're doing Always Remember Us This Way. It's a Lady Gaga song, I think. It's on the Relaxing Piano Covers album on iTunes and other places. So that's what we're doing. It's a really neat relaxing, as the title is, relaxing piano solo, okay? So let's get to it and hear what some of this sounds like. So I went to there. That's probably the chorus, I would think. So here we go. Guys, if you are a member of the website, you can download the sheets for this and have access to all the rest of the lessons. So we'll do this part one here. And if you like it, see if you like the rest. Okay, so you can see the whiteboard here. We have letters instead of traditional music notation. If you've struggled with traditional lessons, a lot of people find this way works for them with the letters and just kind of me showing you and following me. It works for a lot of people. So, you know, maybe it'll work for you. Here we go. We'll start at the very beginning, of course, and we'll have the right hand on D, E, D, C. That's a pickup note because we're going to have 4 counts in the measure, right? We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So get that feel. 2, 3. Kind of slow, 4 slow counts in each measure, all right? 2, 3, 2, 3. All right, so we have 4 pickup notes in the right hand. D, E, D, C, A. I'm going to use 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like that. All right? And as soon as I hit that A on the right hand, the left hand's going to also play an A down here. Now here's middle C, here's the next C. This is the A I want. Then I'm going to come up and do an A chord, A, C, E right here. 1, 2. You might just practice making that move so that you feel how far it is. And I'm going to use 4, 2, 1. A lot of you like 5, 3, 1. But you can do that, but I just feel like if you get used to using that 4th finger, it's a little helpful. Now on this part, this is okay, but it's a little hard to do, and maybe even maybe a little unnecessary for as far as taking the risk to get there. But it's kind of hard to do. C, E, E, A. Okay, it can be done, you know, but it's kind of, see, I just missed it there. So I would recommend, I'm going to show you what's up there because I always, you know, show you what's in the album, but I'm going to give you an alternate way to do that that's going to sound just as good and no one will ever know. I like to go C, E, A instead of C, E, E, A, because then you got to go for that F and hope you get it, okay? So if you want to change that to C, E, A, then you go from the beginning. And then it gives you a little bit of a chance to get there, and I think it even sounds better. Okay? As long as it's an A minor, it's going to be okay. So I recommend go C, E, A, and then go to the F. I would even probably do that for myself, just because it's a little bit risky to do that. But if you want to go for it, it sounds fine, so just go for it. C, E, E, A, 2, 1, 3, 5. I mean, what, I say that wrong. 2, 1, 5, 3. You can go for it. But if you find it all that's just hard to do, you're not alone, all right? C, E, A, if you want another way to do it. 2, 3. Okay, so at the end of that measure, you have D, E, D, C again. Okay, now you can go 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. I like that better myself. It just feels a little better. And everybody's hand is different, so just do what feels good for you. All right, so from the beginning, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So second measure. The first measure we had an A minor chord, A, C, E. Now we're going to an F, A, C chord, okay? So the left hand's going to have F, and then F, A, C, F, A, C, F, A, C, like that, all right? So F. So the right hand's going to have A, G. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and so that C, C at the end. And if you're looking at I've had questions lately about the dashes and the curved lines. I started writing those for myself, but if you guys want to look at them too, that it's just a rhythm thing. If there's a long dash, you're holding it a little bit longer. I know that's not a definite answer, but 1, 2, they're kind of like quarter notes, mostly. If you have a curved line, those notes are going to go a little quicker. Just a visual help. Okay? So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next measure. But I will say one thing that'll help you in this is playing the left hand alone. Left hand's kind of like that foundation, And if you have that kind of memorized where you're physically just going there without having to think too much about it, then you can concentrate on the right hand. We tend to want to do the right hand because it's the melody, and then the left hand ends up what's holding us back. But if you'll practice the left hand by itself, it'll not hold you back, so that you can just freely put that right hand in. So that's a little tip for you as you're practicing. So we did an F chord. Now we're going to go back to the C chord. So this is C, and then you have E, G, C. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you notice, I'm always looking at the left hand first because that's always what holds people back. Not because our left hand is weaker. I mean, I'm even left-handed. It's just because the left hand doesn't, have melody stuff, and the melody catches our ear. So I always go after the thing first that's going to be foundational. That's always the left hand. Right hand, G, C, G, C, 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 D, B. So you go left, right, right, left, right, left. So that C is in line with that chord. So slowly, 1, da, da, 2, da, da, da. And then stick with that measure. Try it again. One more time. And we go to a G chord. So what do? You've learned 3 different measures. Now you go back to the beginning and put them together. So each measure is kind of like a Lego package. If you ever have done Legos, and they have, package 1, package 2, package 3. And so you do each part, and then they have you put it together, right? That's kind of what you're doing as you learn this. Let's put it together. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And 1 pedal per measure will work. Just make sure that when you do the pedal that you lift it up all the way. If you don't lift it up all the way, you don't clear it, and some of those other notes are going to be still mixed in. Okay? And then it's going to ruin the sound of the chords. All right, so let's move on to the G chord. And we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you have a low G first with the 5th finger. And then you have G and B together with 2 and 1, and then the D. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that's it. The right hand at the end of that has pickups again. Da, 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 da. Pickups just means it's picking up into the next measure. So it's 1, 2, and 3. All right, we start another phrase. You notice there were 4 measures. Music tends to happen in groups of 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So you have a phrase or like a musical sentence. So then you start another sentence right here. And the reason I'm telling you that is so that you can break this up. You can say, okay, I'm going to work on this sentence for a while, and then move on to the next sentence. And the next sentence starts right here. 1. Actually, it starts with the pickup. 2 and 3. Okay? So as we start the next sentence, you can still see that we're having this low note and then the chords coming up here. So a good way to practice is just A chord, F chord, to get that move, because that's what's going to be hard, is the move. So if you find, you say, oh, this is the thing that's giving them the trouble, then you go right after it, directly after it, instead of just hoping it gets better. It might, but it'll be quicker this way if you just kind of work on those, moving those chords like that, F. Okay? So in the next sentence, which starts here, A, and then boop, boop, boop. So it's like the first measure was, but the player does this, 2 and 3, 4. So C and E and the A, you still have those 3 notes, but it's da, da, bum, and then a D at the end. So 2 and 3. That D might give some of you problems. It's not really totally necessary. So I didn't even miss it not being there. So if you, okay, so that D doesn't have to be there. And you don't have to go, well, I just want to play it because they do it in the song. Well, the person who arranged it is just a person like you and I, and they can make mistakes. They can, not have the best arrangement all the time. So it's not written in stone. That D doesn't have to be in there. Just leave it out. Okay? So now work on that measure starting here, but I'll start with a pickup. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Not playing the D also allows you to get to the F a little better. All right? So looking at the next measure, F chord, 2 and 3. So you see that's an F chord, F, and then FAC. So you have a bass note. It's a wonderful thing about piano. We have 3 things going on. We got a bass guitar. We got the middle chords of the guitar player or something, and then the vocal on the right hand. So we're kind of blessed in that way. We can play so many things at once. So A, G, C, C at the end, and then the left hand has the F chord. Bum, bum, bum. Now putting it together, we have this 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So that C goes with that F again. Okay? And it's good sometimes to practice the pickup. All right, so what you could do now, we won't do it here, but you could start here on the new sentence and play those 2 measures, work them a little bit like you did at the beginning. All right, and when you're ready, you can come back. You don't have to do, just hit pause and wait for me, or wait till you're ready, and I'll be here when you get back. All right, so we have this measure, a C chord, 3 times, okay? Now here is another one of those things that's okay, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. If you want to alter it, I would go G, C, C, and then not worry about the last G. Then I have a chance to get to the G easily, okay? It's a little awkward to go, like that one was kind of awkward. That was really awkward. This one's not so much, okay? So you can just go G, C, C. And that, I don't miss the G at all, and it gives me a chance to get to that low G. C, G, G, C, C, ba, all right? And then you may say, well, Shawn, why did you write it in there? Because, I want to have everything that's in the album so that it's there, Because some of you will want to play it that way. So right here, G, C, G, C, 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 D, B. And ba 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 ba, 1, 2, 3. That 4th C is where you line that up with. So slowly, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I'll put the G in there so you can hear it that way. G chord. So G and D, G, B, and you've already done that up here, right? 1. 4. Then the next section, and I don't know if this is chorus or not, but it's definitely a different section. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, E and a 1. Okay, and now let's play what we've done thus far. Let's go from the very beginning. Okay, All right, one other thing to mention as you're playing this, definitely play it strong, left hand separate, right hand separate, put them together, of course. But then when you want it to sound good when you're playing it, try to make the left hand not so loud, and then have your right hand pressure on your fingertips. That'll give you what we call balance. So if you're playing the exact same notes as me, and you go, Shawn, it just doesn't sound like when you're playing it, that's probably what it is the balance, okay? You got too much salt or too much pepper, you need to change the balance of your recipe so that it's pleasing, because you don't want to sound like this. You sound kind of robotic. You want the balance there, okay? So now let's play it all the way to the double bar. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So we're getting to a different section there. Let's cut, and I'll see you in the next one.